I'll have to make this kind of a quick video. It's an unboxing of a diesel heater. It's thunder and lightning outside, so I expect to lose power any minute. But isn't it funny how internet works? I'll come to that in a minute, but the reason why I'm doing this video is that I've had a few problems with Deborah's heater. It was working fine all winter, you know, the VVOR 5 kilowatt one. No problem, until spring. And then it was a difficulty firing it up. And I'd been backwards and forwards trying to work it out. I couldn't work it out because every time I brought it here, it worked. Anyway, we were chatting about it the other day because I said, well, I don't know what to do with it. And I said, well, I'll probably buy you a new one, and then instead of all that tinkering around, just bolt it in and see how it goes. They're not particularly expensive. And we were talking about it outside, and Deborah had a phone on the table, and I'm convinced that that phone's listening to our conversation about heaters, because a couple of days later I got a message from Kevin from HLN International down in Wyoming. Or is it Wyoming? I don't know. Wyoming. We're in Canada, we can't pronounce that anyway. And they're a commercial diesel heater specialist for trucks and things like this. And we got chatting, and I thought, oh God, here we go, another spammy email. But I got a reply, and Kevin was kind enough to go through all the steps of what I particularly needed. And we were working out that Deborah's camper is what's called a fifth wheel camper. That means to say it goes on the back of a pickup where the bed is, so that the pivot is there, like a big semi-trailer. But it's a camper. Now, because it's a camper, it's kind of long and bulky. However, it's full of furniture, beds and all that type of nonsense. So the actual air volume is quite small. So Kevin worked out, he said, well, probably you don't need a 5 kilowatt heater. Probably a 2 kilowatt heater would be better for you. Now thinking about this makes sense. Because in winter when it was very cold, the heater was running pretty much all the time. And Deborah, once it was warmed up, would turn it down to next to nothing, and then she'd stop it overnight. Now I'm wondering that in springtime, is this heater getting just running on low and not being very efficient and clogging up? I'm not sure. I'll have to have a look at it. But I'm sort of pleased that Kevin sent me a heater. You know, because we were chatting, he said, I'll send you one. And I'm pleased about that because it's a sort of a modern type that works on your smartphone apparently, which is nice, instead of, you know, the old push button thing on your wall. And it's all the kit's here apparently, so we're going to have a look at it. And like I say, many thanks to Kevin, but I'm convinced that Google's listening. I'm you know, all the time, you know, we should send me $1 million. Give me 10,000 million subscribers tomorrow, Mr. Google, please. That would be good, wouldn't it? Anyway, let's get the old Cutto out and let's open this box, Angelos, and see what's in it. It's a fairly biggish box for a 2 kilowatt heater. Yeah. The principle of the heater was working perfectly, so we're not bothered about that. It was just getting the right one to work. And what do we see here? Styrofoam, and there is the heater. It looks the same as the genuine Ebersparker or anything like this. The end here is a little bit smaller than our pipework, but an adapter will cope with that. But noticing down here, the pipes work exactly the same, and it looks like the pattern's the same because I bought an adapter to go through the floor, so none of these pipes were getting close in contact to the plywood construction of the camper. And what I did was I extended the tubes here to around about here, so that when I was putting this in and out, I could connect the intake and the outlet, you know, the exhaust, without getting into here, because that was really difficult, because the tube around it was about, well, I don't know, 10 centimetres deep. Bit awkward. So it's a heater. It says here HLN, made in China. Aerolyn 2012 volt, 2 kilowatt, manufactured 2026. Yeah, well, it's a heater, and I'm not going to take it to bits. I'm just going to leave it as it is. It comes with connectors, pre-done, pre-wired. Looks pretty simple. So let's put this to one side and let's have a look in this box. Right, I've found the instructions in a bag underneath, which seems to be a lot clearer than the Vivo ones, which were just on like a piece of photocopied paper. Well, I know these are photocopied, but it was all sort of photocopies of photocopies. Temperature sensor thermistor, temperature control accuracy plus or minus 1 degree, operating environment minus 40 to 45 Celsius, mounting hole spacing 60 millimeters standard, temperature control accuracy plus or minus 1 degree Celsius, casing PC plus ABS fire flame retardant. That's all you need to know, really. Let's have a look and see what's in this kit. Yeah, you'd seen my videos about playing around with heaters, but I'm not sure, like I say, if you'd seen all my trials and tribulations of getting Deborah's to work, it just wouldn't have it. Ooh. So we've got a mounting plate, standard mounting plate made of heavy material. It's not thin, tinny stuff. That's nice. Lots of hose. I mean, lots of hose. What's this all off? Is that the intake or outlet? But that's your outlet hose. But what is this one for, I wonder? And look at this exhaust. Now that is the bee's knees of an exhaust. And it looks like this is a silencer, so that's a big upgrade on the old Vivo ones. Oh, that's the outlet, look. That must be the outlet to stop mice getting in. Believe me, mice will get everywhere. Yeah, so that's nice. That's a nice piece of kit, like that. So this must be the intake with like a baffle on it. Yeah, nice. I like that. We've got here a bag with the dosing pump, dedicated dosing pump, all the lines. Oh, listen to that thunder, it's coming in a minute. All the lines and some sheathing to go around it, some pads. Let's have a look inside. Yeah, so there's our dedicated dosing pump, heater fuel pump, 2026, so it's this year's. Pretty neat. And the piping comes with sheathing to keep it protected. Connectors, mounting brackets, clips, everything we need, probably the right size because the Vivo ones are all different. Little gasket there, everything in that one. Now we've got this. What have we got here? Nice complement of clamps, hose clips, cable ties. Nice hose clips too, not those like spiral round ones for doing on the heater, like these ones. Those are the cheap ones, you don't want them. Yeah, nice kit. Oh, and that's the instruction manual as well. I like that. Oh, it's got a pickup pipe to go in the fuel tank. In fact, it's got two pickup pipes to go in the fuel tank. Oh, that's nice. We don't need that because we've already got a fuel tank. It doesn't come with a tank. I think these are meant more like for putting into a vehicle, you know, an existing vehicle. But we're not too bothered about that. We have here, this could be, what is this? Oh, this is the that's the controller. Very simple. Just on a very simple wire. I wonder if there's an extension for it. Oh yes, I think there is. And we've got, that must be the mounting bracket. Yeah, that must be the mounting bracket to clip onto the back of here. Those. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I'm going to enjoy fitting this. But not today, in the rain. I'm not going to go out there in the rain. Let's have a look at this. Silencer of the lambs. You get kind of a comprehensive kit with this. We've got an adapter for the hose. Oh no, it isn't. Yeah, that goes onto there. That's your outlet. Let's see if we've got this wiring harness looks like it is for a truck. I think it'll be able to reach from our house. Wow. So we've got, this must be the power lead. Yeah, this must be the power lead, because that clips into your heater, and this has got another clip on here. And this must be your control wire here. And enough to do, you know, a semi-trailer or whatever. Adequate amount of wiring. So that means we could put that, maybe have to relocate the heater. I am not sure. So that's good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have a brief scan through the instructions, because I do believe they said that this will work off either Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. Let's have a look. Well, that set of instructions was just sort of like the user manual and other bits and pieces, but in here, when I've opened this folder out, this is a bit more conclusive with what we need to do. This tells you how to operate your thermostat, and it's all in colour, so we can't go wrong there. Yeah, all in colour, nice, and it is Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. Now this is going to be pretty good for Deborah's camper, because if she's up at the brothers, she should be able to be in range to switch the heater on, you know, from a brother's house. I'm hoping from a distance. I'm not sure if it says what distance it will reach, but there's plenty of data on here. I think this is pretty good kit. And of all the heaters I've fitted, I'm looking forward to this one, because at least they've taken time to put things in detail. The Vivo one was very much hit and miss. Like I say, it was a photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy, and you were on your own. And I'm sure that if I run into trouble, which I don't think I will, Kevin's only an email away, or even a phone call away. So I'm going to be looking forward to that, but I am not going to fit it today in a thunderstorm. So watch out for the next bit, and we'll catch you later. Bye bye.